Meanwhile, in the Graymalkin prison, Beast has trouble remembering old faces.
Oh my God, Beast, you're here in the prison. Oh, hey, it's me, Maggot. Don't you remember Maggot? Hey,
Sorry,
how's
friend,
it going?
I'm not the Hank McCoy you knew. I'm one from before we met, so I don't remember you, although remember is the wrong word. I don't know you.
Oh no. Oh, I'm so okay. All right. Oh my God, hey, Beast, it's me. It's Boom Boom. Remember me?
No, sorry, that thing you just did with your temples didn't jog in my memory at all.
Not 3, 2, 1. Don't you remember from X Factor? We were in X Factor together.
I'm a Beast from before X Factor. I don't remember X Factor because it never happened, and therefore I don't know you.
All right, fine. Be that way. Hi, it's me. Remember me? I'm Stacy X.
No, wow, they're not even trying with the names anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not the Beast you knew, and therefore I don't know you.
Nobody knows me! Hey, it's me. It's your old buddy Iceman. Now, we're from OG, so you do remember me.
Sorry, you're not ringing any bells.
Oh, come on. Remember, I'm gay now. Look, I'm gay. Don't you remember?
Nope,
that?
I don't remember. Nope, I don't know who you are.
I mean, don't you remember that time where I was like cupping your balls when we were like 14 years old before in the danger room? Okay.
No, I don't remember that. Sorry.
Are you sure? It doesn't mean that you're gay. Come on.
Nope. It does not mean that I liked it. I mean, I don't know you.
Wait, Beast, come on, come back. Where are you going?
To
you remember the end? You're the out. You're the out.
What was it again?
I'm going to Terra Verde to get
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Right. Okay.
What?
Beast, come back. Where are you going?
I gotta go to Terra Verde. I gotta get, like, extradited or executed. Something with an X.
Oh, God, the things people avoid just to talking about gay issues.
Bye-bye. Oh, honey. Beast. He's not fitting into that.
Beast. I actually... Oh, I love it. I actually have I just discovered a flaw that we need to know prize later on about Beast.
Okay. You want to talk about it now?
There is... okay, well, do you want to... I don't know if it's something we should... Let's wait until the comic.
Okay.
We get to the
All right.
comic
We
portion.
are going to be talking about 5 different comics today. If you are the type of person that turns us off after a few minutes, don't. We're going to review NYX number 6, X-Force number 6, Wolverine number 4, Avengers 21, and X-Men number 8.
Did you say NYX number 6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it seems like one of our characters is starting to have a little sex with a lot of boys. We'll talk about that later, too. But first, we're going to talk about some Anoli. We're going to talk about...
Oh, right.
Do we have a hot topic or no? Or are we just going to go right into what we're watching?
I think the hot topic is just Christmas, which then brings us to what we're watching.
Oh, okay. I'm going to hit that music right.
What you watching? Is it me naked? No? Oh, fine.
Fine. All right. What are we watching, Evil Jeff? What's on the televisions these days for us?
Well, DC... Always a big favorite. They're usually hit. Harley Quinn. We got what's the other great TV show from DC?
Peacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Oh yeah.
Some ones that we didn't like. Kite Man. I fell off on. I didn't really like. But there's a new cartoon written by the one and only James Gunn. And it is called Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos is here, and so begins the James Gunniverse of DC. This is James Gunn's first official, in the Kevin Feige role, product.
And I think this is a good... Well, let's just... what do you think of it? Let's get it overall. Like it, hate it. What's going on?
You want to do a 1, 2, 3?
Sure.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
I
loved it.
Yeah, I would love is a strong. Yeah. I feel it's a good start to the universe. I think it's fun and great, but it's not anything mind blowing. It's your typical Suicide Squad type of story. I do think it's interesting that it seems like it's one long continuing story and not. I thought it was going to be like Mission of the Week each
An
episode.
Adventure of the Week. No,
Yeah.
it seems to be just chaptered, one story chaptered into episodes. One thing I like about it is that he pulls stuff that he's done before as precedent, as exposition. But, he probably is not counting like Man of Steel and Justice League. He obviously is not counting all of that in his continuity. But what he is counting is stuff that happened in the Suicide Squad, stuff that happened in Peacemaker, stuff that he oversaw.
Yeah, because Amanda Waller brings up stuff with her daughter from Peacemaker kind of screwing her over, right? Isn't that what she was referencing?
And so, the daughter outed her in Peacemaker. And in the Suicide Squad, we had the death of Rick Flag, played by Joel Kinnaman. And so in Creature Commandos, kind of our audience character is Rick Flag Sr., voiced by Frank Grillo, who refers to the death of his son while on one of Waller's missions.
Also,
and Amanda Waller is very much in this too, kicking it off. It's Viola Davis. It's the same.
Silver Fox Daddy.
Silver Fox Daddy, Rick Flag
hot
Sr.
sex scenes in
there's
this
some
too.
hot sex scenes. We have a Eastern European type princess who
played by Oscar nominee Maria Bakalova. Who's also the voice of the dog
Cosmo in James Gunn's Guardians 3.
And that's the thing is like if you are in something that was of James Gunn that he did and he liked you, you will be employed forever.
I love directors who have their actors. I love directors who have an ensemble.
What I'm realizing is another case with this. I've started watching season 3 of, I keep calling it The College Life of Sex Girls, but that's not right. It's The Sex Lives of College Girls.
Little prostitutes.
The College Life of Sex Girls, but The Sex Life of College Girls, which is Mindy Kaling, and I keep seeing people from the Mindy Project,
from Never Have
people
I Ever.
from Never Have I Ever, constantly showing up in that. But
that.
I think that's great. But
David Lynch, Christopher Nolan, Woody Allen,
exactly. But I will say there's some standouts, and I think it's mainly because she was kind of front and center with her backstory. But The Bride.
Yeah, so The Bride of Frankenstein is, I would argue, kind of our main character. It seems all...
Unless it seems like it might be, as we get to the next episode, it starts shifting focus to the other characters.
But this one focuses on the bride. We get her origin story, which is very much steeped in, 1930s Universal, the books, the literature.
And it looks
was made by Victor Frankenstein.
Yeah, but it looks like Frankenstein is a part of the show. He's in the second episode, it showed him as a main character, like he's on the credits.
Yeah,
and he's going to be on the team, but they hate each other. And also, here's the thing: this show also pulled an Agatha Harkness moment, which, if you want me to like something, you show fashion changes through time.
Yes, thank you. Yes,
with Agatha doing the Witch's Road, showing the fashion changes as she did the Witch's Road through time.
All the lesbian outfits over time.
The Bride and Frankenstein fighting each other
over decades,
150 years. Like them going through it.
In the 1800s, then you see them in the 1960s, the 1990s,
the 1920s.
And the fight is over.
Love that shit.
It's very much steeped in traditional Bride of Frankenstein, which is she was animated, reanimated. She spurned Frankenstein, and Frankenstein's like,
and started fucking Dr. Frankenstein.
That's the twist. Started fucking her creator.
Yeah, it's also weird. Started. It felt very. It was like, even though she didn't do this, it started feeling very Poor Things.
Yes, it did.
Yeah,
very Poor Things.
Yeah.
This cartoon, by the way, not for kids. There is penetration. There's gore, there's violence.
I mean, you don't see the penetration. It's implied. Well, you see butts and boobies.
Listen, I'm trying to get people to watch this show.
I know. You see an open vagina and you see a dick sliding into it.
But it's okay because it's an animated corpse. It's not.
Yeah. There's lots of violence. There's lots of cussing. I also will say The voice acting is top notch.
Top notch. We've got some James Gunn people that we know from the past. We also have some new actors who maybe, I don't think, like, I looked up who does the voice of the bride while she is a working actress who I think I'm familiar with.
I'm trying to look and see what else is she
James
in.
Gunn stuff, right? What's her name? Irmina or Irma?
Indira Varma.
Indira Varma.
She was in Luther and Mission Impossible 7. Oh, you know what? She's in Game of Thrones. She was like, remember that southern town that I think Pedro Pascal was from?
The Viper?
Yeah, I think she was like one of the she was like the queen of that land or something, I think. Anyway,
who are
the
the
acting's
other
great. The other characters, we have Zoe Chow, who I also love.
Love her.
She plays what's
Nina
that character's
Mazursky.
name? Nina Mazursky, kind
Who
of
is
like
she's like a
an
like
Atlantean
Abe Sapien
type
from
character. Yeah.
Abe Sapien from Hellboy. Amphibious.
We have Sean Gunn, Nepotism,
Oh, stop.
playing both the Weasel and the robot, GI Robot.
The Weasel, who is kind of our legacy character, because the Weasel was in the Suicide Squad. And they refer to the fact that the Weasel surprisingly survived the Suicide Squad, which was like a mid-credit scene at the end of that movie.
That's right. We also have Alan Tudyk, who we all love and who James Gunn loves, and who is the voice of pretty much everyone in the DC universe, is Dr. Phosphorus.
Yeah, another great character. Hilarious.
He's also plays the Joker in Harley Quinn, Clayman. Yep. He's amazing. And then we got David Harbour playing Frankenstein.
Which is great. Perfect. And then who's G.I. Robot? Oh, that's also Sean Gunn. Yeah,
that's Sean Gunn as well.
Yeah.
Who just wants to fight those Nazis. And I guess the whole thing is Amanda Waller tried to do Suicide Squad, but then it was like human rights violations. So it's all people that aren't considered human.
Yeah, they said the government said you're not allowed to use superpowered humans on missions anymore. And so she's like, okay, I'll use superpower non-humans.
Yeah.
And thus...
And I also like that they only have one button that will electrocute them, and it will electrocute all of them at the same time.
Yeah. Who needs the individual controls when you can just electrocute all of them to keep them in line? Which is another like classic trope of the Suicide Squad. Like, I have the button.
And I watched this with my husband, who works in animation, and he is a very tough, as we all know, he hates everything. And I was feeling these action scenes are really good. And so I turned to him. I'm like, is it just me or the action's really good? And he goes, no, this show is storyboarded very well. And I'm like, whoa.
I just spit out my tea.
So it has my husband's seal of approval so far.
Oh my God.
But the action scenes are great. Even little things where Dr. Phosphorus and Rick Flag Sr. get into that huge fight in the castle.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Dr.
like
Phosphorus is trying to take the button that controls the electrocution.
Yeah, it's so entertaining and fun. I also like that the bad guy here, part of me feels they're sent to protect this princess of what is it, like something Circanistan? It's some fake name with
like
a stan at the end.
Polkanistan or something.
Polkanistan or whatever.
Because Cersei from Themyscira, the bad witch from Wonder Woman, is trying to take over this country, and if she does, the oil reserves that have been promised to America would no longer be America's. I love that it's steeped in like fucking horrible socio-global oil
But
politics.
not only that, but the people she gets on her side are incels who are mad that only women can go to the island.
Amazing.
That is so smart.
I love that the first joke James Gunn makes is for like half of the DC Comics viewing audience.
And the fact that I'm so on James Gunn's side that I do not mind that in the opening credits where you see an animated of each character, you see an animated James Gunn where it's like, he is in the opening credits at a typewriter. I'm here for it.
You earned it.
Fucking be a narcissist
because it's yours.
And because it's, hey, if you're making great shit, fucking promote yourself, bitch.
Yeah,
do
slap like huge text over at the beginning of every movie you do, a James Gunn production.
I know. It's so crazy that his ex-wife is Jenna. Wait, what's her name from The Office? Pam.
Jenna Fisher.
Pam from The Office.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. I need to watch his superhero movie with Dwight because he got Dwight to do that old superhero movie.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it. I know
years
the one you're talking
ago,
about. It's like a one-word title.
Yeah, I feel like that has to be good, right?
Oh, she's going to Google, folks.
Uh-oh.
She's going to Google. Rainn Wilson was just cast in a local production of Urinetown.
Oh, it's called
in
Super.
Manhattan.
Super. Urinetown. Is that a musical?
Yeah.
He can sing?
I don't know. We'll see.
Don't make me sing. Anyway, sorry, doing some Kristen Wiig. Anyway, it's fun. I like this show. It's great. Also, I really, really love, ever since she was in Borat, Maria Bakalova.
I fucking love
I
her.
want her to be in more things. I was always worried about her career because of her accent. And the fact that she has been in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. She's like doing these voice acting roles. I'm just very happy.
I'm very happy.
Because I love her.
Yeah. I mean, she got nominated for an Oscar, like her first major role.
I mean, she was incredible.
She is amazing. She's incredible. Love this. I'm excited for the show. It'll definitely scratch an itch, of having a good comic book thing to look forward to week after week.
Yes.
But it's not just comic books, girl, that we're talking about this holiday season.
No.
There's a lot of Christmas stuff out there as well. In fact, on the Hallmark channel, there's like a whole channel devoted to Christmas
That's
stuff
right.
this time of year. Hallmark also has their own platform called Hallmark Plus. And on said platform is a show that you and I are watching called Finding Mr. Christmas. A reality show where Christmas movie icon Jonathan Bennett, gay by the way, hosts the search for the next Christmas hunk.
Yeah.
So we've got 10 hunks who are vying for the title of Christmas hunk.
Mm-hmm.
Judged by Jonathan Bennett and some lady who they freaked out about. I don't know who the fuck she is.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing is because these people, they star in like 20 of these shows. So they're like, if you are a big Hallmark Christmas movie watcher,
you know who these judges are.
These are like, these are the big
icons.
names. This is the Brad Pitts and the Angelina Jolies of Hallmark.
We don't say Brad Pitt here.
Oh, right. That's right. He's canceled, right?
He's canceled.
Because didn't it just come out the report from the plane incident where he tried to beat the shit out of Angelina Jolie and all the kids tried to stop him and then he started punching all of the kids?
Yeah. You know what? If I may, here's another, so fuck that guy. I'm going to before we get into Finding Mr. Christmas, I'm going to get into something that I watched last night. Here's another reason Brad Pitt should be canceled. Because he produced the pile of shit that I saw called Beetlejuice. What a fucking
Oh, you didn't like Beetlejuice?
movie.
Beetlejuice?
I hated it so much. Girl, I'm putting my tea down. Girl, way to make the most fun and creative movie of all time. Sorry, I'm going off.
We're going to pull this just so that we're not talking about that anymore. Let's talk about this for a hot second.
The most fun and creative movie of all time, the most boring, joyless slog I thought recent memory.
Wait, I thought we didn't talk about this when it was released?
I never saw it before.
What? Okay. I'm going to throw a caveat here. I felt the movie saved itself in the third act. I felt by the third act it felt like old Beetlejuice to me and I liked it.
I
the
disagree.
First two acts I felt my biggest quip was he wrote Lydia Dietz as current Winona Ryder.
Right.
I was like, write her as Lydia Dietz. She was like,
It did not feel like Lydia Dietz.
I'm like, it's Winona Ryder, not Lydia Dietz. And Winona Ryder's great,
didn't feel like
and she's a
Lydia
great
Dietz 30
actress,
years
but
later.
it's not that character.
No, it
because
felt
Lydia
like...
Dietz is like, my whole life is one dark room.
Right.
One
and I understand that's when you're a teenager and you change.
But you still would have that, like the Aubrey Plaza of it all.
Right.
Aubrey Plaza's not like, she would have this like edge to her.
That is my major problem with this movie is it feels like, and I don't know if the writer wrote the original. I don't know. It feels like the writer never saw the first one, but his friend told him about the first one time, and then he wrote a sequel.
I do feel that, but by that third act, it felt like the original Beetlejuice because I think
The
it was.
third act pissed me off so much because the whole Monica Bellucci and Willem Dafoe plot was
we're
pointless.
We're going to get into that too, but that's why I feel like. But that's why it doesn't matter. Monica Bellucci's character, you could have lifted that whole plot out of there, and it would have made no difference. It would have been the same movie. She literally it made zero difference to the plot of the movie. There was no point for her character being in there at all.
There was no point. If you took Monica Bellucci and Willem Dafoe out of the movie, it would have been the same.
It would have
movie.
ended the exact same way. So it was stupid.
Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Garbage. I gave it 1.5 stars on Letterboxd, and I felt bad, and I gave it 2.
Okay,
Garbage.
But back
to Finding Mr. Christmas.
Finding Mr. Christmas.
Make these guys bigger. Sorry, audio listeners. We're looking at pictures.
Here's the deal: is for these. I was debating this with Joe when we were watching this.
Yeah.
Is that it's not about who we find hot as gay men. This is who middle-aged women are going to find hot.
And their standards are much lower.
And looking at this, for me, if we're looking at this picture here, I guess I'm going to try and get I have their names up.
Oh, but I know all their names, girl. I just watched it. So we have Parker, Ezra, Gage, David, Jonathan, Elijah, Hayden, Isaac, Burke, and Daxton. Thank you.
Okay, for me, the one that feels the most, although he didn't do great. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll say the one that feels like
Say it at the same time. One that feels like but didn't do great. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Parker. I mean, he's so hot. He's old enough where it's like
the vibe.
He's like early 40s or something, or he's like 40 something, right?
Yes.
So hot, but he did kind of fuck up the.
He shit the bed on the improv challenge, but I will also say this: he also went first. So he probably wasn't even sure because the show is not well put together. So he probably was not even sure what the rules were.
Yeah.
And they were like, no. Okay, you guys didn't get it. So what we want you guys to do for the second team. So yeah, I agree. The one, who do you think? So yeah, that's who normal.
The one that did the best was the Blake guy. He does not do it for me.
He's not cute. And I thought his whole so he improvised a line that got him a second place mention, which was, if you keep looking at me like that, I'm not going to be able to rap it. I'm like, that felt rapey. I didn't like it. I thought it was a shitty
yeah, basically in the challenge, these people they're all fighting to star in a new Christmas Hallmark movie.
They're basically doing
the challenge
scenes. Yeah.
Well, it was a 3-person scene where a famous Hallmark actress who we had some redheaded bitch.
Fuck?
And they basically were wrapping Christmas presents, and she's the teacher.
Wreath making.
And they had to improv. There was a few lines, but then they mostly had to.
Attention.
They had to fight for her attention.
Scene. The game is fight for the girl's attention. Go.
Yeah, and who was the other guy that did really good? Jonathan?
Hayden, the guy that won.
Who was the one that won?
Hayden, the Australian.
Oh, him. I didn't get that at all. I called it. He's also very Hallmark, but no, I'm talking about the black guy, Jonathan.
So handsome.
So handsome. He's super tall.
He makes my pussy wet.
Woo! He's really hot.
Shit. Oh my god.
So he was actually
so tall.
he's my number 2.
So the one I wanted to fuck the most is the one that got eliminated. The one that turned out to be horrible.
Yeah.
Isaac.
What was his name? Isaac. Isaac was really hot.
When he first came on screen,
but
I was
Isaac can't act. Uh-oh.
And he doesn't get it. And if you notice, girl could not stop looking into the camera. The producers of that show were like, we need him off. Because he couldn't even, not only could he not do the acting challenge, he wasn't comfortable being on the reality show, period.
Yeah, and here's the thing, is it's Hallmark, so you don't have to be an amazing actor. We just saw Hot Frosty.
You don't have to emote at all.
But you need to have chemistry, and you need to not look into the camera.
You need to not look into the camera. And then, can we talk about the gay one?
Oh, no.
So, girl, all right, so listen. So they have a little mini challenge in the beginning.
Is he not pretending that he's not gay?
Are you saying
Is that
he's
mean of us?
Are you saying he's too gay to win?
No, but I'm just like, is he not aware that he's gay? Is he saying that he's straight? Or is he just hiding the fact? Did he say he was gay?
The mini challenge, they had to make holiday sweaters, and his was a rainbow flag.
Oh, it was? Oh,
yeah, and he was like, I'm part of the LGBTQ community. And then Jonathan Bennett got tear. You didn't see this? Jonathan Bennett got teary-eyed.
I fast-forwarded to just... No, I think we got so bored we fast-forwarded to the challenge.
Jonathan Bennett's Tyra moment where he finds out this guy is gay.
Here's the other thing. Can we talk about... I watched The Groomsman, which is a gay Hallmark movie starring Jonathan Bennett. It's a trilogy, and he's in one of them. I'm gonna do. Sorry for the listeners, but I'll make some sounds. So if you're listening to this on the pod and not watching,
are you gonna do?
This is Jonathan Bennett acting.
Okay. Let's make this bigger. You're saying he's a cartoon?
Stop it with the eyes. He's
a cartoon man.
He just keeps bugging his eyes out. Did he get Graves' disease or something?
Stop with the Graves' disease.
I'm sorry. Something seems wrong with him. I don't get it.
Expressive in the face. That's what they used to call him when
terrible.
He was a kid. He's expressive.
But I watched Mean Girls and he was normal. So I'm like, what happened to you? Did Tina Fey direct it? Or did she just write it? No, who directed it?
Yeah.
Oh, who cares?
No, but
anyway,
Jonathan Bennett, when he finds out Daxton is gay, he goes, let me tell you something. And he starts to get teary-eyed. And he goes, let me tell you something.
Jesus Christ.
You are not too much, and you are always enough. And don't let anyone tell you different. I was like, girl, he hit a nerve. I couldn't believe it. Meanwhile, then Daxton does the improv challenge. I'm like, hey, Daxton, you gotta mask it up a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, hey, girl, love your tits. Yum. Like, you're like, let's dial it. Let's dial it to Straightville. Let's lower the Kinsey scale.
Let's make a hard left to Straightville, please. This is Hallmark. Oh, Jonathan Bennett was like, oh God, no, he's too much of a faggot.
You know what? Maybe that is something. Maybe that's a new. I want to start writing romances because how many theater women want the gay guy that is attracted to women? Like once, how many of them fall for the guy and then they turn out to be gay?
Oh, like Sabrina Carpenter and Shawn Mendes.
I want to do where it's the bi guy who decides I do want the girl in the end, but I still want to be girly pop.
Okay. Let's write it.
The fact that Sabrina Carpenter and Camila Cabello are fighting over Shawn Mendes.
Over a gay man.
Who literally he might not be gay, he might be pan, he might be bi, but he has now admitted that he's
not straight.
Figuring out his sexuality.
That means you're gay.
Here's the deal. If you fuck Sabrina Carpenter and Camila Cabello, two hot, famously gorgeous women, and you're still not, am I straight? You're not, honey. Because you're not going to get better than that.
No, you're not. Oh, let me tell you something. I'm going to take the picture down. Are we done with Finding Mr. Christmas?
Yeah. Who's my prediction? I'd have to see another one, but that Blake guy did very well. So I actually, I feel Blake's going to take it.
Wow.
Just based off that first episode.
I say Hayden, the Australian.
That's true too, but but now we need patriotism. The Hallmark wants a red, white, and blue American.
That's true. Can I talk about Sabrina Carpenter for a second?
Sure.
Did you watch her Nonsense Christmas special?
I didn't yet, so don't. But I did see some clips. The fuck thing was amazing.
Loved it.
I did watch her and Chappell Roan singing Last Christmas
I had no
together.
idea Chappell was Chappell came on screen. I looked at Jeff and I was like, should we put clothes on? Like I was like, I was not prepared for this level of
were you just watching it naked?
No, we were in like comfy clothes. I was like, I feel like I should have gotten dressed. I didn't know Chappell was gonna be on.
But the part where she's like, I can only say fuck 3 times.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
And then she's like, fuck.
I can only say fuck 3 times. Fuck, that was one.
And then the very end is just like, fuck.
So great. It was fun.
I love her.
Hilarious.
Did she make are we going to talk real quick then about our
Wrapped?
Because I have Apple Music rap.
Girl, that should have been our hot topic. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, okay.
We're doing it
yeah.
now.
Hit it.
And he was all like, and then she was all like, and then they were all like, and I was all like, what?
Spotify Wrapped, girl. Yet another year where Spotify turns to us and says, "You're a homo."
Although I'm Apple Music Wrapped because I'm Apple Music and not Spotify because I'm one of those. What is that face? What is that face?
I wasn't prepared for this.
What is wrong
I
with?
thought we
Why
were
is
gonna
it?
have a lovely conversation about Spotify Wrapped where we are on the same page.
But it's the same
no, we're gonna
thing.
compare dicks now.
No, but I'm just saying, what's the difference? Like, why does it matter?
I don't know. What's the difference? I don't know anything about.
It's
Apple.
not like I have an Android.
This is how it feels. All of a sudden, you green bubbled me.
No, it's because Apple Music incorporates all of the music from your iPod Apple Music into Apple Music.
All right. So what's the
And
what's
so that's
the
why I
verdict
did
with
that.
you?
All right. So what do you want to know first? Top artists or top what?
What was your most listened to song? Mine's gonna be so
shit.
boring.
Wait, hold on. My most listened to song was Disease by Lady Gaga.
God.
What is that? That's an amazing song.
No, that's amazing. Mine's so boring. Mine is a song called "Let Me Go" by a British jazz and hip hop collective called Salt. SAULT. Check them out. They're great. They're my number one artist too.
Oh.
But my number two
Jazz?
is Beyonce.
Your number one is jazz?
No, it's not jazz. It's like hip hop R&B. Oh wait, I have to look up.
Okay, so wait, top songs. Number one, Disease by Lady Gaga. Number two, Joyride by Kesha.
Yes, girl.
Then
Oh,
I
wait,
have
I'm
the
sorry.
song Run For Me by Timber, which he's not
Okay.
famous really. Replay by Lady Gaga. So listen, not even a song that came out recently. And then Apple by Charlie XCX.
Love. Oh my God. Remember? Oh, you didn't do Spotify. Spotify, one of the graphics looked like a huge vagina. It was so weird. It was really weird. But do you get like categorized? Like June was my smooth, funky groove neo soul phase.
I can see month to month, but it doesn't name it.
And then August, this is my favorite one. My August was hold on, it's coming up. This is so great. This is my girly pop. August was my indie sleaze roller skating pop season.
Isn't
And
it
then-
funny that when did they decide that the early 2000s is called indie sleaze?
I know, right? I love it though.
I missed that. I just recently found that out and I'm like, when did that happen?
September was bougie strut rap. Thank you, Boa by Megan Thee Stallion, which was one of my most listened to songs.
Strut rap?
Strut rap. Bougie strut rap. My top artists are this band Salt, which I urge you to check out. Beyonce, then Chappell Roan, then Charlie XCX, then Glass Animals, and oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. My second most listened to song was Von Dutch, because girl,
That's not even like my top 5 of that album.
girl, that is my number one. I can't stop with Von Dutch. I'm so embarrassed that my number 3 is Perfect, in parentheses, Exceeder, which was a song from 2007, but it was also on the Saltburn soundtrack. And so Saltburn got me like re-obsessed with that song.
Wait, is that the techno song?
Yeah, but it's the one with the
4,
vocals.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. It's so cunty.
Push it. Girl,
the
that's
most-
in
it's the
my
cuntiest
that's
song on
that's
the
in
planet.
my top 10.
Girl.
I've been listening to that song a shit ton too.
4, 3, 2, 1.
And push it. Isn't
Anyway,
that great?
so I'm
All
gay,
right,
but
so
I'm also like really into neo soul and really into rap. So
my top 5 is Chappell Roan's number 1 by far, then The Magnetic Fields, then PJ Harvey, then Lady Gaga, then Madonna. Because
You're
in
an
the
old
summer,
fag.
no, but I started listening to Confessions on a Dance Floor, the album. And I just revisited it, and I'm like, this album is amazing. And I listened to it apparently enough that it made the top 5.
did you see her live this year?
No.
yeah.
I don't need to see her all old and trying real hard.
I did.
I know. But anyway, I'm happy with mine. It kind of shows
Yeah,
an
me too.
eclecticness.
Me too.
Joe's was very just like Chaperone. It was like Little Mix, Chaperone, and Sabrina Carpenter. It was just super good. It was like there was not a man anywhere to be found.
Nary a man to be found. I don't mind that mine's like, you're super gay, but you've got taste.
Should we talk about X-Men?
I've got a taste for the X-Men. You want to hit it?
Ooh, hit it.
It's mutants with powers, Omega for hours. Bitch, let's read some X-Men.
Bitch, let's read some X-Men. We did
read some X-Men, and I have a whole serious thing that I want to bring up with you, but we'll wait until we get to that comic.
Okay. So the first one's Wolverine.
Okay, and next.
So this one, it looks like
so
there's like
boring.
There's some sort of sentience going on in the elements.
Yeah, we saw that it
was made.
Yeah,
from.
we saw that it like left. He battled that one guy, and it left him, and then went to Lady Deathstrike.
Or like it didn't leave him; it like stayed in him, and then brought in Lady Deathstrike also.
Oh, right. So it's like, yeah, right. It's not
so it's all characters
it's like,
with adamantium in them or on them.
Yeah. So, is that? Yeah. I didn't put that together. That's like one of the caveats.
Constrictor has in this issue. It gets Constrictor. Constrictor's coils are adamantium. Deathstrike adamantium. Cyber adamantium, and so it's coming for. Wolverine.
And there's
like
the Wendigo
ancient spirit. Then there's the whole Wendigo story arc of Wolverine trying to help teen Wendigo not go feral.
Couldn't care less. The only thing that's going to save this is the other adamantium character that I like. From Morocco. What's his name? The bi one. Let's bring in Solemn.
Oh, please.
Maybe then that will make this interesting. Who else has adamantium that they have to bring in? I guess X-23. Because Dakin doesn't have... Well, I guess he's Wolverine now.
Yeah, but I don't think he has.
But he never had adamantium. So
yeah, Laura.
This is... I don't have anything to say about this. It's boring.
No. Yeah.
Oh, does Honey Badger have adamantium?
Right?
I can't remember.
She's got little foot blades, right?
Is there anything else you have to say about this?
Nope.
Yeah, let's move on. Wolverine, get it together.
X-Force.
This is an improvement because it was just Sage yelling at Forge, which is what I've been wanting to do.
Yeah.
But it also was... He VR'd a Storm and Mystique to be his consciences.
I actually love this. It's like the angel on the shoulder and the devil on the shoulder, but
but it also just makes him VR, such Storm, a horrible person.
Yeah.
And then it turns out Sage figured out someone was in each location of these algorithm events, cracks or whatever. The same person is there before each of them, so she thinks they caused it. And then the person shows up in the VR headset as, what's her name? El Diabla or something?
La Diabla.
Now, wasn't there an El Diablo from the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
And she references, like, my boss says this. Is El Diablo the main boss then?
I mean, wasn't he into alchemy, which was like her whole thing?
I guess, but it's like all this is being set up for El Diablo to be the main bad guy.
I don't know, but Sage is like, she got into the VR and she's controlling it. Oh, I hate alchemy. I'm like, is that what alchemy is? I thought alchemy was like turning
potions,
like lead into gold.
Yeah.
I don't know, and like.
How about a little more Psylocke and Rachel, please?
Thank you. That's exactly what I was about to say. Like,
how about we get some lesbians going on in here?
You're going to have two psychic lesbian powerhouses, and you don't use them?
And they're just in the background doing psychic shit while all the main heavy hitting is by Sage and Forge. Forge is just being an asshole and kind of acting like Beast, like Beast that died. And I'm like, I'm not into any of this.
I'm also not into Sage's power to just be like, I'm going to write code instantly.
10111011.
I'm shooting code at you.
Yeah, no. Don't like it. Over it.
I don't like this book at all.
Yeah, no. The only thing I liked was Sage being like, Forge, you're a dick. So I'm like, okay, thank you.
At least.
But then she was like 10110, and you're like, okay,
1-0.
back to bad.
Backslash. Back to bed.
Yeah, fuck it. All right, what's next? I can't even more.
Click
with
it.
This. NYX.
I love this book, but like, I don't know. This one was just a bit of a confusing read for me.
Well, I also feel that this one, I read the original NYX, so I immediately knew who the narrator was. Did you?
No.
Oh, see, I immediately, where it was like, time is up. I was like, it's because remember when I first started talking about it, I'm like, oh, are they going to bring back the speedster, the speed girl in the original NYX? And you were like, huh? And I was like, they should bring her back. And they did. What's her name? Kitten?
That's fun. If I would have had content, and like, look at me, I'm doing an X-Men podcast. I've never read the original NYX. Bye.
Oh, you never did?
No.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I would have loved it.
I thought we read it. Because did you read there was one in like 2002. Then there was one in 2007 where they revisited all the characters. And I was part of a podcast called Comic Book Queers with Yumi and Steve. And I think we covered, I think we read that.
Show?
I think we did.
Well, fuck.
But that's talk about how much it really resonated with you.
Yeah, I guess. Wow. So her name is Time Walker. And she is
Time
our
Walker.
secret narrator. She's revealed at the end. She goes way back with Laura from those original NYX books.
Yes, and I could be wrong here, so I want someone to fact check me. But I think she came before, and part of me wonders if she was the inspiration for, and I could be completely wrong.
Gwenpool?
She was the first character I remember reading where she slowed everything down and was like, and then so you never
like Quicksilver in the movies.
Yes, so as a speedster, everything was just slowed down. So she's like, yeah, what's up?
So she goes at normal speed, but everything else goes slower.
Yes, and so you hardly ever saw her being a speedster because you would always see it from her perspective with everyone else moving slowly. And I was like, that's such a cool perspective. And then it was shown by Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. And I'm curious of which came first, because I think hers might have come before, but I could be wrong.
I'm sure Bryan Singer ripped that off.
Anyway, she was like a club kid, and she really just seemed like someone who did too much Molly and got her powers. And so I always really liked her. And and it was basically she met Laura right after she escaped the prison from being a hunted trained assassin or whatever.
Okay.
And so she's trying to be a normal person in New York, and she meets this like club kid kind of rich spoiled girl who's like, what? Yeah, let's be friends. And so I kind of like that they're bringing her back.
That's great.
One thing I don't like about this book is that just because she's cut off from the hive, she has no powers.
Well, it seems like her powers are on the
Sophie?
fritz, because she did have that, like when she walked through the metal
okay,
detector,
Magneto,
she had like a
can we stop with the Fritz shit? Stop it.
That's what I'm so like. They're like, oh no, her powers aren't working. I'm like, oh, I hate that.
Yeah,
Anoli is getting ass. He's getting phone numbers left and right from people at this concert, at this Dazzler concert. And did he say he works now at a bar called the Danger Room? Mm-hmm. Oh, sounds like a gay bar to me.
How is he? He is not 21. I'm still very confused.
They aged him up big time.
They aged him up to 21, which I don't know about that.
They did.
I did like that thing where you saw each of them going through the metal detector and kind of giving kind of a recap on each of them. That was fun.
Yeah, that was cute. I do like that we're going to have Sync next episode. It looks like maybe fighting Prodigy for like leadership of the group, which implies that Prodigy is the leader of this group.
Yeah. Wait, Sync is showing up?
Yeah, it was the preview for next issue.
Oh, is he going to be joining the team then?
I hope so.
How old is he? Also, because that's interesting because him and Laura have that history, non-history.
Yeah, but this Laura doesn't remember that.
That's what I mean. Talon.
Yeah.
But he still probably wants to fuck her. He's like, hey, my other Laura's dead. Can we,
Yeah. Can we
fuck? This is fun. It's fun.
It's a fun, it's fun.
Although
fun
it's
read.
it's making me still hate Dazzler, which is really annoying.
Did nothing to make me like this Dazzler World Tour.
Yeah. Also, because then Madrox is there.
Yeah.
And Strong Guy, and they're like, oh, there was like a battle or something. You're like, are you fucking kidding me? Madrox, who is like one of the best detectives, mutant detective, is now just a security guard. It really hurts my heart.
Hurts my feelings.
Peter David is
He's rolling
probably
in his living room.
Pulling out his hair, being like, what the fuck? All right, what's next?
Good Lord. The Avengers, which is not an X-Men book. What are we doing?
This was an X-Men book.
This was an X-Men book.
The X-Men with the Avengers with Storm show up to Cyclops.
Awkward.
To play baseball.
Awkward.
And
Storm is like, hey, everyone.
And
I'm on the other team.
Pretty much nothing happened.
No, it was just
a lot of little emotional connections here and there.
Something big is coming, and the X-Men and the Avengers will be.
Yeah, it was basically Carol's like, "Hey, do I got your back?" And Cyclops is like, "Do you got my back?" And they're like, "Yeah."
Yeah. What did we think about the conversation between Edie and Storm, and did that help you kind of connect to Edie a little bit more?
Get off the team, Edie. I think Storm should have been like, "Girl, find your shit. You can't find yourself. It's not here. Beat it."
I think Edie's thing is like she really wants to, like her heart wants to believe, or like her brain wants to believe in Xavier's dream, but her heart just isn't there yet.
Yeah, but for me, it's like, then don't do it. I think that's the thing is like, I'm just like, fuck the X-Men then. Like, do your own thing. I think it's weird where it's like...
Where would she go?
Girl, I'd be like, Cyclops, give me money. You know what I mean? Like, set me up somewhere. I just don't want to do this. You know what I mean? I don't know. I do like where she was like, we're from Africa and don't you feel this? And Storm was like, I belong where, like, I was like fucking a pickpocket. And then, girl, I can, like you choose your home. Like you choose your home. Like, and I think that's what Edie's problem is. I think my other thing is I just feel like they're writing her to be very annoying. And yeah. I think if she was more like, you know what? Fuck all of you. Fuck all of this. I think I would respect her more. I would like her more.
One of the most annoying things in fiction is the dragging their feet character. And she's starting to feel a little like dragging her feet character.
And a little whiny.
A little bit.
Should have got off the pot.
A little bit.
Yeah.
One thing I loved is Wanda calling Magneto father.
Interesting. He's like, I'm so glad you're not a mutant. But that was interesting where he was like, I feel any super being powered as a mutant. And then he was like, I also think robots count for that. And then Quentin's like, girl, we just fought Orcus, which was all against AI. AI is not on the same team. And Magneto's like, I see remember. Us all. I don't see any of that. And it was like, that's an interesting take. But how about we also give Magneto his powers back? It still makes no sense. And I do like the fact that he's trying to blame it on resurrection, but there are no other cases of it happening to anyone. Which makes me feel it's bullshit, and they need to I think it's a mental block that he's put on himself.
I agree.
So get over it. I'm done with it.
Get over it. Get over your shit. I need you in this game.
But this is a precursor because Beast was still there, and we all know that Beast has been kidnapped.
Beast was kidnapped Jubilee. And so let's segue into X-Men, where Beast has been kidnapped. That happened off camera, right?
No, I
don't remember reading that.
No, I thought it was in the last. Yeah, no, it was in the last.
I looked.
Oh, you did? Oh. I guess because I'm mixing it up for when Jubilee was kidnapped. I was like, no, she was at a store, and then Nightcrawler. Nope, that was Jubilee.
Yep, that was Jubilee. Anyway,
Jubilee was kidnapped. Beast was kidnapped.
Beast is kidnapped. Calico is kidnapped. Jubilee is kidnapped. They're all in this goddamn prison, Graymalkin prison, which used to be Xavier's mansion, which is wild.
And can we bring up, before we get into the plot, he runs in, and this was our joke at the beginning. He runs into Jubilee.
She's like, "Yo, Hank."
And he's like, I don't
"Who?
remember anything.
I don't know you."
The problem is he does. Because he
Is this
traveled
your
to
no
the
prize?
future. Yeah. Brian Bendis's run, he traveled to the future.
Oh no! Don't do this right now. Oh my God, my head.
He traveled to the future. And then when
they
he
retained
went
their
back in
memories.
time, they retained their memories. So here's my thing, is he was brought back. I think his memories of all the stuff when he was young are still there and just need to be unlocked. Because when they went back in time, it unlocked it. So Mike, I'm curious of like, why isn't it unlocked when he was resurrected?
Interesting.
Because those memories technically are all there because he lived them.
I wonder if we'll refer to that, or if they're like,
That's
"Nope,
what
too
I'm saying
complicated,
is,
move on."
I just no prized it saying that it just needs to be unlocked.
Yeah.
But they
They're
are
there,
100% there. So the
Wow.
fact that it's like, I have no
Wow.
memories of that. You might not have memories, but you fucking know who you do have
Teenage
memories of
you
Jubilee.
met her when
Teenage
Teenage
you
you was
fucking
in the
knew
future.
Jubilee.
And you remember
Yes.
all your future exploits.
Yes.
Thanks,
So
Miss Tina Gray.
hello.
Hello.
Can you believe it? I just thought of that.
No prize. But that's wild. The fact that you referenced the Bendis run.
Yeah.
Gross.
Girl, that shit
Rather
lasted
finding
for
Mr.
years.
Kristen.
Those
I
teens
hated
were
it.
there for years.
Hated it so much. Emma Frost wore black. Hated it.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I loved about this though? This
What?
whole time we knew this raid on Graymalkin was coming. This whole time we thought it was going to be Rogue that was going to go in fist first, and Cyclops was going to be the one like, don't.
We thought
Like,
they were going to be
hold
fighting
back.
each other.
Which the cover kind of tells you. But no,
Yeah.
no. It's Cyclops that's like, fuck this, fuck these people, fuck that place, we're going in.
Well, I
And then
like where
Rogue
he's
was
like,
like, oh
we're
my
going to
God.
break. He's like, we're going to break the
Break
prison.
it.
And
He
she's
goes, "We're
like, you
gonna
mean break
it." He goes,
in? No,
in.
break
He goes, "Nope,
it.
break it. So that was a nice surprise that no, Cyclops is not the one who's trying to prevent Rogue from doing it. They both went in at the same time and are now stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah.
That's fun. But this cover is like they're fighting. Nope. No, they're not.
Yeah, and this, I still don't. The blatant mutant phobia of her being like, you're not humans, let's fucking beat the shit out of you, and you're gonna get murdered, and your parents are rich, I'm gonna let you go. Like, her evilness.
Wait,
I
she just got super evil out of nowhere. She was never like that before.
in the first issue of Uncanny, I think it was, she was saying really horrible things.
She
but I
was,
still,
huh?
but
Yeah.
then it was like, but who's in charge of this? The mutant, the Sentinel guy, Trask.
Yeah. He's in charge of that. The Sentinels.
And he's a mutant.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just still like, and
know.
then the government. So the government is the government sanctioning this? Is this shit sanctioned by the U.S. government? This prison? Who's running all of this?
Yeah.
Is this government run? That's government anti-mutant.
I feel like it is. Yes.
And so my question is it just that if you're a mutant, you can be arrested? Or are they
Yes.
doing this all under wraps?
I don't think there's any public, like, if you are a mutant in public, you will be arrested.
But they're just like, we can arrest
feels
anyone that's a
covert.
mutant just because we feel like it.
Yeah.
Which just seems weird that there's this many people in the prison and not a single person is like, hey,
What's going on
the
over there?
government is holding hundreds of mutants against their will who did nothing. Like, I'm surprised because
They probably
then
don't know about
the government is running X Factor. Does
Yeah.
X Factor know about this prison? How
No.
can they not when Cyclops knows? Cyclops can fucking talk to Havoc. You know what I mean? There's just so many.
They're not talking to each other, though.
Yeah, and
Like,
the fact
this is
that
an age
Polaris
of
is on another
fragmentation.
mutant team, and then it seems like Cyclops would be on the same side as
No,
Polaris's
they're
team.
very fragmented. They're not.
It's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
But
Because
basically,
you're used to an age of unity that just isn't there anymore.
yeah. But it's also Cyclops. Fucking talk to your brother at least. Talk to your fucking brother.
He hates his brother.
I know, but I want to see all of that. Let's fucking get the drama.
I know.
But we have basically the head of the. Do we remember what her name is? The head of the prison.
Ellis, Karina Ellis, something like that.
Karina Ellis basically is like Terra Verde, which, if we all remember, in Krakoa, Beast basically infected pretty much everybody with that plant shit.
Yeah.
And was horrible. And so they're like, we're sending you there and you're probably going to be tried and executed, which is like, yikes. But it's like not the same beast. But it is like, I don't know. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that if somebody...
This is a different person. This is not the person who did that.
True. Yeah. So it's a different person, but you could become the person who did that. So he's going to be executed. Jubilee. Like, would you kill baby Hitler?
Yeah. Would you kill baby Trump?
So, would I kill baby Trump? I want my suitcase. But we also got Jubilee and what's her name? What's Horse Girl? Horse Girl. Calico. They're all hanging out in the prison. And then they break in to kind of save everybody. So it's basically going to be just like a run on the prison. Is there anything else I'm missing here?
Nope. It's going to be a 4-part story that'll take place, I guess, between Uncanny and Adjectiveless.
And regular X-Men. Yeah, so I'm excited because finally they're all meeting each other. That's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, it's
is
like
for these younger groups to meet.
When the Beauty of Extinction agenda, when that was finally when everybody.
Because honestly, Edie, maybe she needs to be on the Uncanny X-Men with Rogue.
Maybe.
I think
cool
that's a better fit.
Like a lineup swap.
I think that would be a fucking better fit for her.
Yeah.
Because Rogue is like, hey, I fuck Xavier, but I'm trying to go for a dream for the X-Men, but I don't care about Xavier.
Right.
I mean, he might have had some beliefs that I still believe in, but it's more about the kids. It's about the kids. Or maybe she needs to go with Emma, because Emma's all about the kids. Or maybe she should go to the Catholic Church, because they're all about the kids.
Oh.
All right, anyway. Is this the last one?
That's it.
Yeah.
That's a wrap.
I also am not into the art.
Not at all.
And the last Uncanny X-Men didn't have my favorite artist either.
David Marquez.
Yeah.
We need him back.
Sad.
We need him back.
Yes. Back again.
All right. So are we going to continue to do Finding Mr. Christmas updates on future episodes?
Sure, but I can't guarantee you that I'm going to watch every single moment of it. I might do a little fast forwarding.
Or I might just look it up online. We'll see.
Yeah. And maybe we need to look at some other fun Christmas things to watch.
Yay. Yeah.
And coming
maybe
up
we should
shortly,
reveal what our media, our Christmas media traditions are. Like, what is the thing you watch every year?
Oh, yeah.
And it just wouldn't be the holidays without it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also are going to be doing whatchamacallit? A
Secret Santa?
No, best of coming up
Best
soon.
of the queries.
Yes. That's a lot. And if you feel you're not caught up
about that.
If you're not caught up with comics and if you're not caught up with your gayness, get on top of it. Literally, find somebody and get on top of them. And if you feel uncomfortable, just keep reading those comics. Because if you read comics, well, then that makes you queer. Bye.
Shazam.